Hello dear friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Diana in the Book Hunt. I have to say that I'm not famous on this channel here for posting TBR videos because I'm a notorious mood reader, so I tend to not really stick to any TBR list that I make for myself. But I have to say that I'm very proud that for June I made a TBR video with 10 books on it, and I managed to finish I think 8 or 9 out of 10, which has never happened to me before. So I feel kind of inspired to make another one and see if it was a fluke or whether I can still stick to another TBR list that I make for myself. And I've really tried to stick to books that I'm really excited about. Some of them are new releases that are coming out in the month of July. Some of them are books that I'm just genuinely wanting to read at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and share 10 books with you that I'm really excited to pick up and read in the month of July. I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the new releases that are coming out in the month of July. The first one being by Soto. It's Not Another Love Song. Just the cover of this book is making me excited to pick it up. It's a gorgeous cover, and also it features musicians who are classically trained, so I'm really looking forward to this one, especially because Forget Me Not was one of my favorite books last year by Soto, and I'm just wanting to see what she's going to do with this one. I really am expecting it to be another favorite for this year, and I'm really hoping that I'm not going to get disappointed because I'm hyping myself up so much. But really, I have trust, I have faith in Soto's abilities, so I'm really excited for Not Another Love Song. And then the second book that I'm really excited as a new release is Play Along by Tomforde. It's going to be the fourth book within her Windy City series. It's going to follow the brother of the hero from book 3. His name is going to be Isaiah, and then he's going to be having a romance with Kennedy, if my memory serves me right. She is also mentioned in book 3, so we already know that something happened between them in book 3, and we're really excited to see how they're going to evolve their relationship in book 4. So this one I am picking up for sure in the month of July. I do have to say that I did a pre-order for the physical copy for that one through Amazon, but it's going to come through I think at the end of the month. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish it in July, but I definitely plan on picking it up as soon as it arrives. So Play Along is definitely on my list. And then another new release that I'm really excited about is by BK Borison. It's going to be the fourth book within her Love Light Farm series called Business Casual. Storytel is actually uploading the audiobook for that one on release day, so I can definitely pick it up as soon as I want to. And I really have been loving all of the books within the Love Light Farm series, so this one is absolutely on my radar and I'm going to be picking it up because I'm really in the mood for the cutesy kind of low angst, low stakes romance that BK Borison writes. And then the last one off of the new releases that I want to pick up is a Formula One racer romance that I saw popping up on Storytel as well. This one is coming out, I think, like on the 16th or 18th of July in audiobook format through Storytel. It's called Pole Position by J Caffery. This one, I thought honestly that it would release in June, but it's coming out in July, so I'm happy that I get to pick it up in July because in May I already read I think 2 or 3 racing kind of romances, so I needed a break. And now I'm really excited to pick another one up to see if I'm going to enjoy that one. And I think it's a male-male romance that features 2 Formula One drivers, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is definitely different to the ones that I read. So I read I think 3 Formula One romances this year, and it's just going to be a bit different. So I really am hoping to enjoy this one as well. Now, besides all of the contemporary romances that I have been enjoying and that I want to be picking up throughout the summer, I definitely want to continue my streak of reading romantasy books. And the first one that I definitely want to get to is When the Moon Hatched. I have the physical copy over here, but I also have the audiobook available to me. So I may be switching like reading methods and reading modes to see which one will fit me best. And I definitely want to get through this one because I've been seeing so many favorite booktubers of mine review this book and saying that it's a favorite of the year. So I really hope that it's going to be a favorite of the year for me as well. And I think it features dragons. I don't want to know too much about the plot. I want to be surprised. I want to be excited once I'm reading through it. I don't want to get my expectations too high through knowing what the plot is about. So I don't know too much about it. I just want to dive in and hopefully love it as much as everyone else has been loving it. And then another book that I want to get a start on, it's a series. It's a 3-book series, and I know that the books are quite chunky, so I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing by starting on it right now. So I saw Crystal on Crystal's Bookish Lives channel review these 3 books, and I really got excited about them because they sound very different to the romantasy books that I've been reading lately. They are urban fantasy books. It's going to be a bit of an undertaking because they're quite chunky. The first one is Jade City by Fonda. Again, I know very little to nothing about this series. The only thing that I heard Crystal say that really got me excited is that they are urban fantasy books, and I think they may be set in somewhere like Shanghai, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's going to be something like Rival Families, I hope, because it's going to be something very fresh and new to me when it comes to fantasy. So yeah, I definitely want to start on the first book and see how I like it, and if I really enjoy it, then obviously I'm going to be picking up the second and third book as well. And that is going to be my fantasy romantasy TBR prediction for this month. I don't want to put too many books on here because I don't want to overwhelm myself, because these books are really chunky. So these 2 are at the top of my TBR for now. Now, going back to the contemporary reads, I've got the audiobook available to me for Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle. I've really enjoyed Truth and Dare by this author. It was a very summery and very hot and spicy and good time kind of read, and I'm really hoping that this one is similar to it. And I did hear that it's a great summer read by a couple of the booktubers that I follow, so I'm really excited about this one. And then another summery read that I want to try out. I'm not sure if it's going to be for me, but I've been eyeing it on Storytel the whole time, and every time that I'm scrolling through my books to read on Storytel, I'm coming across this book and I'm like, I really need to read it this summer because the cover is really summery, and then it just appeals to me in some way. The book is called Love Me Do by Lindsey, Kelk, and I'm not sure really what it's about. The only thing that I know is that I think it's a British main character who goes to LA for some reason, and then she gets in the mix of, I think, trying to set some people up. I'm not sure what is going on in that book, but it just sounded intriguing to me, and especially, I don't know, just the cover speaks to me when it comes to a summary read, like a poolside read. So I definitely want to get to this one. I think I may be able to like get away for a couple of days. I didn't think that I could get away in the month of July, but I might be able to get away for like a day or 2. And then should I be able to go to the seaside or just lay down poolside, I'm going to be picking this book up at that time. And then another summary read that I really want to pick up is by Mimi Grace. It's called, I think, Along for the Ride, and it's a road trip romance. I've really been into road trip romances lately. I really have been looking forward to discovering more of these. And the ones that I'm very intrigued by are ones that are part of a series, so they really need to be read, I think, in order. And I don't want to start on a series just to get to the road trip ones. So I think I may leave those off for next year. But the one that I really want to get to, because it's not part of a series, I think, is this one. So Along for the Ride is a road trip romance, and I've read a Mimi Grace book before, and it was really cute. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one as well. The last book on my July TBR is part of a series that I just started by Ashley Munoz. I had never read a book by this author before, and I think on my TBR last month I had put Resisting the Grump. as a book that I wanted to pick up by this author, but for some reason I didn't pick that one up. I picked up the first book within her motorcycle series, and I really highly enjoyed it. So I decided to put the second book on my TBR for July as well. This is because I really am looking forward to the story of the main character of the second book, because you see how he's behaving. His name is Killian. Did I mention the name of the book? I didn't. I didn't, did I? It's Where We Belong by Ashley Munoz, and it's going to be Killian's book, who is going to become the president of the motorcycle club within his book. So I'm really excited about his story, because he's going to have a romance with the best friend of the heroine of the first book. And I don't know, it just really, I think it's, the thing is that I'm at a loss for words. I think the thing is that I have not read a motorcycle romance in such a long time. I think the last one that I picked up is possibly the first book by Gianna Darling. I don't know, I don't remember. It's the Fallen Men series, and I am not a fan of that book. I actually, because of that book, I did not continue to read on the Gianna Darling series that everyone loves. I know it's criminal, and I know everyone is saying that if you don't like the first book, that's not necessarily the case, that you're not going to like the other ones, but just that first book kind of traumatized me, so I did not want to continue on in the series. And I think that because of that book, I kind of got like a stereotype put into my head for those kinds of books, that they are all very similar like and similar sounding, and it just didn't intrigue me to pick up any of these kinds of books in the past couple of years. So I think I need to get off of that kind of mindset and just try stuff out to see that I really am able to enjoy these kinds of romances. This is the case in point here. So I really enjoyed the first book within the series, and I'm going to continue on to read all the other stories as well. So I'm really excited about this book as well, and I'm really looking forward to all of these books, honestly. So I really hope that I get to cross off my goal of finishing as many of these as possible in the month of July. So fingers crossed here. Please keep your fingers crossed for me as well, and also please let me know what you're planning on reading this July. What are you really excited about? New releases, or even like backlist books by your favorite authors. What are you really excited to pick up in the month of July? I'm going to add those to my TBR as well, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful, marvelous day. Happy reading, take care, and bye-bye.